Hello guys, and welcome back to another spyware analysis video. And in this video I will be using again Sysinternal Suite utilities such as Process Explorer and TCP View to analyze a Trojan sample. Now in order for me to analyze this Sysinternal Suite utilities with Process Explorer and TCP View, I would need a Trojan sample for myself. So I've already downloaded my Trojan sample here, which I got it off from Malware Bazaar again. So the hash value is the same as the one I got here. So let's quickly extract that and get on with our analysis. Okay, so I've successfully extracted this Trojan sample, which is a .exe file. I'm gonna run it as an administrator. And then I'm quickly going to refresh my whole page, my whole system. And then I'm going to open my Sysinternal Suite, and let's open up Process Explorer first. Run it as administrator. And over here, as you can see in my previous video, I've already got this privilege of having a verified signature and a VarianceTotal score as well. So we're slowly going to see which of the file or the process here seems to be malicious. So if it's malicious, it's going to be flagged as red. As of now, we're doing good in our system. And over here, so you can see right here, this one seems to be malicious. Okay, so we're gonna click on this, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna first check its handles and DLLs. So as you can see here in the handles tab, this Trojan process has accessed several critical system resource. Notably, it is interacting with multi-register keys related to Windows environment, and Internet Explorer. And this interaction is a strong indicator that the spyware is trying to manipulate system configurations or establish persistence by modifying the register as well. And over here in the directory session1 base name objects, the system has access to key system objects like that as well, like the one that I've just highlighted right here. So these are often used by spyware to synchronize or manipulate system resource, which could allow the spyware to persist even after a system restart. So meaning that it would still exist in your system when it restarts. And looking at the DLLs, if you look at the DLLs loaded here, typically what I'll look for is the kernel 32 right here. So this list of DLLs includes legitimate system libraries like kernel 32, and then there's another one in the bottom. Oh, this one right here, mswsoc.dll. So typically libraries like this, which are like common Windows API component, they are being also used by this Trojan file as well in its DLLs. So the suspicious process is loading this legitimate DLLs to blend in with normal system operations, making it harder to detect by standard security solutions. And over here as well, the VarianceTotal score for this file, like I said, it's 47 out of 78. We'll look into that in a while. And all the other VarianceTotal has a VarianceTotal score of 0 out of 77, and the other DLL here associated with this Trojan is also have a verified image. So that tells that this Trojan in particular is really trying to blend in with the system without the system's detection. But let's look at our VarianceTotal signature for this Trojan. And as you can see, this when I clicked on the VarianceTotal score, it brought me up to the VarianceTotal page, and the threat categories for this sample is Trojan, family label is shellcode and runner, Cobalt Strike. So this is also one of the cool features, like I mentioned in my previous video of Process Explorer. You could go to VarianceTotal and then look more depth into what this file actually is all about. So it's a file type is Win32xe. Executable Windows Win32 file, And then if we scroll down a bit, it also tells us imports like kernel32.dll, which I've mentioned in my DLL, which I also mentioned in my previous DLL analysis. So if we still look at our DLL right here, it has the kernel32 and then the msvcrit.dll, and it also associates this mswsoc.dll as well, trying to blend in with the system. So let's quickly look at its properties, and let's first examine the environment. Okay, so these variables in the environment give us context about how the process is running within the system, and we can see that the process is running from the downloads directory, which is very unusual, but since we have downloaded our sample there, we pretty much do know that it should be operating from there. Additionally, environment variables like app data and local app data, this one right here, point to the Trojan's ability to interact with the user data stored within this directory. And notice that the process is also leveraging common Windows path like C Windows System 32 drivers, as well as the app data local as well, which indicates that it could be accessing or modifying critical user files and system settings. So this manipulation of environment variable is another indicator of malicious intent, as the Trojan is embedding itself into the user's environment to maintain persistent again. Okay, so when we look at our TCP IP for our Trojan, here we can see that the Trojan process is trying to establish a connection to a remote IP address, which is the 23.224.196.180 over port 59978, and the send status indicates that the process has initiated a connection request but is waiting for a response from the remote server. So that tells that this Trojan in particular is also trying to make connection to a remote server. This type of outbound connection is typical of spyware, especially Trojan, which often try to communicate with external servers to either receive comments or send stolen data. And this behavior confirms our suspicion that this process is not only malicious but also part of a larger network or coordinated attacks. So in order to look more into it, we could go on to our TCP view. I'm just going to run TCP view as an administrator. And quickly, as you can see, I'm going to turn off all the UDP v6 since it's not associated with this Trojan. And as you can see right here, the port number is quite large compared to the normal ones. And over at our TCP view as well, it's also indicating that this Trojan particular file is waiting for the connection to be established. And it's not yet established, but it did send a request to the server, and over here it also tells us the send packets, receive packets, send bytes, receive bytes as well. So in my initial video with my keylogger, I did mention this one, but this is also one cool feature of our TCP view within the Sysinternal Suite. It tells you how many packets were sent and how many packets were received, and the send bytes and the receive sends as well. This is crucial when analyzing spyware such as Trojan, since we should be aware of how many packets were sent from our system and how many packets were received into our system, and then the bytes and the received bytes as well. So in summary, we've just walked through the behavior of a Trojan sample using Process Explorer and TCP view. So by identifying the process in the downloads folder, which was a red flag in itself, but usually, but then since I've already executed from my download folder here, so it's nothing too suspicious at the for now for the purpose of this video. But then in reality, if it's operating from downloads folder, then this is what you should be looking at as well. And from there, we looked at the handles and DLLS, both of which showed that the Trojan was interacting with critical system resource and trying to masquerade as a legitimate process. And also by checking the TCP IP connections, we confirmed that the Trojan was attempting to communicate with an external server likely to either exfiltrate data or receive instructions. And finally, the environment variables in Process Explorer gave us insight into how the process was embedding itself into the system to maintain persistence. So these steps demonstrate the power of Process Explorer and TCP view for deeper spyware analysis. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in my next video.